Welcome to this Specialty Products Company video presentation of the SPC Performance series of adjustable upper control arms. These arms are designed for stock and lowered applications of popular muscle car platforms. Available in both street and racing versions, these adjustable arms replace the stock upper control arms and can be customized to fit race cars and other modified suspension systems. Please follow all safety precautions associated with installing and adjusting this product. Components of many of these arms are interchangeable, including the adjustment sleeves, ball joint plate, and cross shafts. Illustrated here is the 94-305 control arm used on the first generation GM F-body. Arms are available for GM A, F, and G bodies, along with Mopar B and E bodies. Mustang II suspensions, including lower control arms of similar design, are also available.
Pivot ends with bushings may be of two different types. Cleveite style rubber bushings are standard for street use, or the race style arms are equipped with Delrin greasable style bushings. Each style requires specific tightening procedure, so refer to your instruction sheet.
Ball joint plates can be a flat 0-degree plate or a 20-degree plate depending on specific applications. Turnbuckle hex sleeves come in a variety of lengths and can be aluminum or steel. Listed arm part numbers contain specific length sleeves but can be customized for modified applications. Arms can be custom built by following a chart found at our website and in our performance catalog. Components are bolted together with high-grade fasteners. A variety of ball joint plates are available. Shown here is the GM midsize plate and stock replacement ball joint used on most GM applications. The upper ball joint can be installed in different positions depending on the clearance needed. The ball joint can be installed from the top similar to the stock setup, or it can also be bolted in from under the ball joint plate to give additional clearance. A spacer kit is either supplied or available to position the control arm for maximum clearance. One or all of the three 1/4 inch spacers are installed under the ball joint plate along with the ball joint itself. The spacers and ball joint are then bolted into place. Aftermarket rebuildable performance ball joints are also available from other sources that have extended tapered studs for additional clearance. These ball joints can also be installed in different positions. Raise and support the vehicle by the lower control arm to keep the suspension loaded. Installation of the upper control arm begins by removing the nuts and stock alignment shims accessed through the engine compartment. Remove the cotter pin and castle nut holding the ball joint to the spindle. Using a suitable ball joint separator, break the taper of the ball joint stud to the spindle. Pull the ball joint out of the spindle and support the spindle and brake hub assembly if necessary. Now remove the upper control arm from the vehicle. All of the pivot bolts, bushing nuts, and turnbuckles should be loose before installing the adjustable arm into the vehicle. Line up the cross shaft holes with the mounting studs and slide the arm into place. Then drop the ball joint stud into the knuckle. Install the new castle nut and tighten. Then install a new cotter pin. From the engine compartment, install the retaining nuts and tighten. No shim packs are necessary. Camber and caster adjustment is done by rotating the turnbuckle sleeves. Turn them both in the same direction for camber, or one outward and one inward for caster change. Never adjust the sleeves so more than 1 inch of thread is showing on either end of the adjustment tubes when the lock nuts are tightened. After final adjustments are made, it's time to tighten down all the fasteners. Start by tightening down the lock nuts on the sleeves. Now tighten down the 3 pivot bolts. These should be torqued to 60 pound-feet.
On street-style pivots with standard bushings, tighten large cross-shaft nut to 80 pound-feet, making sure the vehicle is at normal ride height. If Delrin race pivots are being used, tighten large cross-shaft nut just enough to eliminate any play. Grease and recheck as necessary.
With all of the suspension components installed, check the clearance of both control arm shafts so they do not come in contact with the frame. This is one reason the ball joint spacers are used. They raise the arm to gain clearance. Sometimes the shock absorber will work as a suspension limiter, but other ways may include installing limiter straps on the suspension to limit the travel. This, of course, is all dependent on the ride height of the vehicle, along with other factors such as tall spindles and ball joint length. When completed, recheck all alignment readings and road test the vehicle.